This was filmed on a T5i, right? Why is the quality so
Give me a second. We have a water break. What's the break? We have no time for water break.
Alexei's got some shitty vision. He missed him at 3 feet away?
Want to smoke? Take yourself.
No time for a water break, but he's got time for a smoke break? Priorities. I really love beating dead horses. Dude, what happened with those lenses? Were you high when you attached them? I wonder if Matt Murdock would have a better outcome putting those on. I see what you're doing with cutting a couple frames out when there's a punch to give it more impact, but for a shot like that, you don't need to take out any, or at least not that many.
This is child's play! Cheat!
It seems like what you're going for is the over-the-top, wacky rhino like in TASM 2. I beg you, please, please don't remind me of that movie.
You ready?
You just gotta turn the focus a little to the right. It's a bit blurry. Holy shit, that shot. I believe that building says RBC, not Oscorp.
I've got some interesting stuff to show you. What do you mean interesting? Some unfinished Iron Man suits. A kid like you might like that.
Is this Norman Osborn? Harry looks older than him.
This is a prototype arc reactor, based on Tony Stark's design.
Boring.
This is a Stark exosuit.
So he wears this under the armor.
Precisely. Oscorp's helping Stark produce them.
What the hell is this?
That right there is Cobalt, a performance enhancer.
Why the hell is Harry's dad, the head of Oscorp, showing his son highly classified military projects? That is very irresponsible and should definitely get him fired. Not to mention it just being set up for how Harry gets his armor and the serum. I understand that you might have written yourself into a corner and this is all you could do, but it's still a sin.
What the hell is this?
That right there is Cobalt, a performance enhancer.
So it's Viagra.
I don't think he said dick enlarger.
So why is it called Cobalt?
It's German for goblin.
I get it. You're so smart. Why is everyone wearing a mask except Alexei? That isn't very smart and will surely get him caught.
Inconsistencies is on metal!
I have to add another sin for this. He is so cheesy in this somewhat realistic movie.
Pick up. Ned, call the police now. People are taking over Oscorp.
What are you talking about?
Ned? Why are you calling Ned and telling him to call the police? You have complete capability to call them yourself, but you decide to call Ned?
You! It's because of you that my father is dead! Because you weren't here on time to save him! People were dying in there! You were supposed to save them!
Listen, I tried to make
Shut up! My father is dead. Where were you?
Buddy, what are you talking about? You're pissed that Spider-Man wasn't fast enough? I'm sure the police would have had a much faster response time than Spider-Man. But Spider-Man can swing on webs, I hear you say. So just for the hell of it, I'm going to do an in-depth analysis. Ready? Okay, so this is set in New York, but I know where he filmed the city stock footage. He filmed it on the CN Tower in Toronto, so we're going to use that location instead of anywhere in New York. As stated before, the building acting as Oscorp is something called RBC, which stands for Royal Bank of Canada. If you look at Google Maps, there's tons of RBC buildings near the CN Tower, so we have to narrow down which building he filmed. The closest RBC building to the CN Tower is on 155th Wellington Street. so I assume that that is the one that he filmed and is the building for Oscorp. Given that, the nearest police station is the Toronto Police Service on 255th Dundas Street. According to Google Maps, the time it takes to drive there is 7 minutes with traffic. It would be even quicker since the police are allowed to speed. Spider-Man lives in Queens, which is very far from the city, so if you would have just called the cops instead of Ned, they would have had at most 7 minutes to get there and stop these guys. I'm sorry to say it, bud, but it is completely your fault that your father died. Get exposed!
Mr. Fisk, they took the tag.
We're taking over the city!
This guy needs to stop.
Hey, Pete, what's up?
Hey, man. Do you got the thing ready?
Yeah, come in.
Gotcha.
Okay. Check it out.
What is it?
It's an earpiece. You can take one, I can take one. We can be like,
Batman and Robin?
bingo. And if I ever need to contact Spider-Man about any crimes in the area, this should help.
This reminds me of that one character in these really shitty fan films. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them or seen them, but they're called Spider-Man Responsibility and Spider-Man Retribution. Anyway, the character that I'm thinking of in particular is named Eric Riley, and his only purpose was to pull new costumes for Peter right out of his ass. Ned seems to be the same, but for random technology.
You're his friend.
Hardly a good one.
Peter, you're being hard on yourself. Let's just go play Mario Kart or something.
Man, if this was made only a couple months later, they'd be saying, let's play Fortnite and get those solo dubs.
What the hell's this?
Breaking news.
Oh my god! Oh no, I forgot about that. Who is that ugly news reporter? I think my presence in this movie by itself deserves a sin. This is an interesting costume. This Green Goblin costume is like that little annoying kid in the neighborhood who sees all the older kids playing baseball or something and comes up and is like, hey guys, can I play? And the big kids are like, yeah, just let him play. Come on, he doesn't have any friends. I'm so mean.
No, but I did see him inject something into his arm.
What the fuck is this shot?
Do you have a sample of what he took?
Yeah, I got some right here.
Where did you get that? I don't know why Harry would bring an empty syringe with him to the big fight where he could get caught.
Foggy.
Fine. I'll look at him if you...
Hey, who's that?
You know, the pen is mightier than the sword.
That's a pencil.
Where's my suit? No, that's not it.
The Peter Parker forgets his Spider-Man costume at home trope. My favorite.
Who the hell are you?
You!
This is how Harry finds out that Peter is Spider-Man? And why is Peter so comfortable with Harry and this random criminal knowing that he's Spider-Man? That would surely risk the lives of his friends and family.
Don't want to be here when the cops show up.
But I want to kill him now.
We will. Anytime.
Wait, for real? This is the man that killed your dad, and you are willing to work with him? I don't understand. To reiterate, this is the man that was mostly responsible for killing your father. Fuck it, he was the man responsible. He was the one that did the deed. Why wouldn't you kill him on the spot?
What are you doing?
Now you're getting it. Good job.
Peter. I got Ned strapped up to a bomb.
Oh my fucking god, same mistake that I made. The bomb is so generic.
I told Ned to call the police. They didn't show up until an hour later.
An hour later? That would have taken 7 minutes.
Come on, genetically altered spider that bit me. You went and bit me. You completely ruined my life. You're the reason I'm sprawled out on the ground, bleeding a bit, fighting my best friend. So the least you could do is give me the strength to get my tuchus up and and do what's right.
I think that he says this in the comics, but it still just looks like a Marvel Knights ripoff.
No!
Harry, I don't want to do this.
This has gotta stop. Fan films have gotta stop having Spider-Man kill Harry. Ever since Age of Darkness, everyone does it.
It has now officially been a week since the death of Oscorp's Harry Osborn and the disappearance of Spider-Man.
Oh god, not him again!
A man with sonic gauntlets has been seen terrorizing the metropolitan area.
Ah, no, again! And it's Shocker too! Great.